So, the last video was just a drive around with Jack, kind of in this rock bottom world he lives in. But right now, we're feeling incredibly high right now. When I say that I'm high on life. Meaning that I feel so incredibly awesome right now. Because things are going to change. I can feel it. Because I have great friends. And two of my great friends the other day got married. Yeah. Well, actually, three of my great friends got married because I don't really know Steven's wife quite yet. I've met her. She's a very wonderful person, a very beautiful lady, and Steven's very lucky to have her. Someday, I'll find my Mrs. Claus, but, I don't really think that's in the cards right now. I don't think I'm supposed to ever find happiness. Happiness for me is driving an off-road vehicle and living my life. Oh yeah, and by the way, if any of you guys give a damn, Trax Revolution is finally up and running. But Trax Revolution is open for anything with wheels and a motor. If you have a passion, a love, a drive, and you want to be around cars and you want to be around anything that's got a motor and wheels, Trax Revolution is for you. So, I'm telling you right now that Trax Revolution is open for anything. It's my car club. I just want to give a shout out to the Next X guys for the 16 years that they've had a great and wonderful car club. So, I'm going to just tell you right now that I give you nothing but total respect and, nothing but props. And I hope that in the future, we all can collaborate when we go to a big car meet together and we all hang out. Over the weekend, they had Monster Jam. Yep, they had it down in the cities. They had Monster Jam down in the cities. They had at Elk River, ERX Motorsports Park, my boy Travis Milhausen Jr. won a pro light race and he placed third. So he did really good. Travis Milhausen Jr. did really good this year, did this weekend. I think they're on their way to Crandon for their next race, I think is where they're going. So it's almost over for the Truck Nationals. So yeah, I think that's coming to a close. But I just want to say that, Steven over the weekend, he got married to a beautiful woman. His great time and long friend. And I'm glad he got married to her. So I'm glad he's very happy, and I hope they have a wonderful life together. Live a long and fruitful life. I hope they have wonderful kids, and I hope they go very far in life because they deserve each other. Someday I'll have my Mrs. Claus, or I'll have my, girlfriend who loves to go out in the woods and ride around in Jeeps and lifted trucks and Broncos and, has his and her off-road vehicles. We like to get dirty, or basically we like to just drive his and her little cars, like Mini Coopers or something. I don't know. And I'm still having my Mini Cooper. I don't care what anybody thinks. I love that little bastard ass little car. Everybody sits there and tells me that, I should get rid of that little car. I should just cut my losses and everything else. Well, you know what? It's like a family member. When I want to show off my kids, I'll show off cars. That's what I'll do, Not getting any grandkids out of me, I'll tell you that right now. No, I'm not giving away grandkids. I don't even look at porn anymore. Last night, I officially threw out all of my porn. And if anybody wants to know how many gigabytes that was, it was a whole 10 gigabyte hard drive. Completely wiped clean. No more porn. No. I'm only worried about 2 things in my life. Actually, 3 things in my life. Camo Claws, Trax Revolution, and me. That's all I'm worrying about now. Is me. Trax Revolution and Camo Claws. It's all I care about. Work is number 4, but work is up there. I'm actually looking into a lot of things now for work-related stuff. I might be going and doing something else. I don't know yet. We're just thinking right now. We're just talking. We're just working on things. I don't know what's going to happen. But I have to go be me. I have to figure something out. I can't be batting 0 all the fucking time. God's got to find God's got to find a light at the end of the tunnel that's not a fucking train all the time. I got to find a reason to keep going forward and living. That's what I got to find. I got to find my happy place. Like I said, I had 2 friends. I had 3 friends get married this weekend. My other 2 friends are Tabitha and Isaac. 2 of the greatest people in the entire world. Love them to death. You know, Tabitha's like a little sister. Isaac's like a little brother. They both have passions for cars. They both have a love for each other. They both want to be outdoors. They want to be, going out and living under the stars and having a good time. So I'm okay with that. I'm alright with that. I think that's just epic. I think that's the best way to be. It is. It's the best way to be. And I'll tell you right now, if you're not happy with what you're doing, then don't worry about it. Because there's always somebody out there who wants to tell you what you're doing wrong with your life. Yeah. Because there's always somebody who wants to tell you what you're doing. Always somebody out there telling you what you're doing wrong. Oh! My safety score went up 2 points. Yay! Well, I'm glad you're great, Mark. I'm glad you're living. I'm hoping everything's going great for you. I think about you every day when I'm going through my shit show right now. And like I said, I posted on my wall that I walked home Friday night. It was 2.5 miles. I walked from the Days Inn in St. Cloud to my house. Outside MT's on the 8th. Yep, MT's on the 8th. I was in the back and I collapsed. I think it was hydration. It was something, but I collapsed. I fell over on one of their chairs that is in the back of their porch. And I didn't know where the fuck I was. I had no fucking clue where I was. I didn't even know what time it was. All I know is that I walked my ass home after driving a so-called friend from the bar that he was telling me that, basically I hit him up and he didn't want to do anything because he was too tired. Well, I talked to him. I messaged him and said, hey, what are you doing? And, he didn't really say much. He just said that he was getting done for the day and he wanted to go hang out. And we went to this different place and I posted up where we went to and talked about what we did. But I never once threw him under the bus. I told him that I was there to drive him around because that's what I like doing. I like driving him around because I like hanging out with him. He's a great guy. Yes, he's a great dude. And yet again, this is another person who communicates with me but doesn't seem to listen to the whole story or doesn't seem to understand where I'm coming from. And they just say what they really want to say. Because the same thing happened with a girl that I really fell in love with. But, yeah, whatever. That turned out to be a joke too. We won't even go there. And no, that's not my ex. It's somebody else. But we won't even go there. We won't. Because the thing is that it doesn't even need to happen anymore because it's over with and done with. She was another person that was a problem in my life, which I blocked out all the bad people in my life. I'm blocking out all the bad people in my life, all the people who don't understand me, all the people who don't get me. And then if people I don't know, if you send me some if you send me some fake ass profile congratulating me, trying to tell me that I won something, you can go fuck yourself. I'm going to block you and say no. Why did I walk home? I walked home because the guy was drunk, dude. He was drunk and he couldn't drive. So I drive him around and he buys me like appetizers and food and stuff like that instead of paying me, which I think is perfectly quite all right. It stops him from getting a DUI. I drove him back to Days Inn because he was drunk and he didn't want to drive. And then when I got to Days Inn, he said, "How you getting home, bro?" I said, "I'm walking." And he's like, "Fine, whatever." And he went into his hotel room. Didn't even give a shit. Did not even care. Because he didn't even talk to me. Basically told me to go fuck myself. And I walked home. I made it all the way to MT's after collapsing. But I didn't collapse to the point where the ambulance or anything came and got me. Some guy was on a pedal bike with his kids, and he saw me laying on the floor. Yeah, he saw me laying on the ground, kind of like where the highway meets the curb. And he saw me and he's like, "Dude, are you okay?" And I was like, "What? Where the fuck am I? What's today? Or what's this morning?" It was probably 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning is probably what time it was. And he was throwing water on my face. He got one of those big, huge bottles of water that he had in his backpack, and he poured it on my face, and I came to, and then I walked the rest of the way. And I got home at 4 o'clock. I was laying in my bed at 4 o'clock, and then I posted the message. Oh, I'm feeling fine, dude. I went through the whole weekend, pretty much this whole weekend, trying to figure out how I was going to get to a wedding, on Saturday at 1 o'clock. This is where my good friends Tabitha and Isaac, because this was their wedding, and I wanted to go to Tabitha and Isaac's wedding so bad. And I felt so bad that I couldn't go to their wedding. I literally broke down in my apartment and I started crying, like I'm doing right now. Because I love them guys because they understand me. They understand who I am. They get me. They know that I want to be around. And it was Saturday night, so I called up Zach. I called up my boy Zach from the car club. Zach said that he would come get me, and he did. And we hung out. So I want to say thank you to Zach, Josh, Andrew, Carlson. I want to say thank you to Darren and Bethany, and Darren's wife, Bethany for being so cool, for being such great people, for being so wonderful. I want to say thank you again for Zach and Josh for being the brothers that I never had. Everybody who basically lifted me up on Saturday night to make me feel like I fucking mattered. You know, and Zoe, I mean, you're just Zoe. You just do what you did. You know, you're just who you are. But there is not a day that goes by that in my heart that I would never ever push one of you guys to ever walk home. That's another reason why I don't drink. Because I want to be able to be the sober one that will get you guys home. I want to be the one that'll get you, you know, I want to be the one that gets everybody home. That's the sober cab. So they don't have to feel like me all the time. Like a big loser. I know I sit here and I beat myself up on these stupid videos all the time, but this is the only way that I have it out. Because I don't have my own reality show where I can make tons of money for having a bad day. It's all you ever do. You turn on Love Island, or you turn on stupid, you know, Jersey Shore, or you turn on any of those TV shows. And all those people do is cause drama and get paid for it. Or have their families or have their kids and get paid for it. I mean, I don't understand what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Every time I ever try to fucking come into some money or make extra money, my life gets blown up and I get fucking thrown under the bus. I almost literally sold naked pictures of myself and literally set up a Pornhub account just so that I could make money. But nobody wants to see me. Very funny, Mark. But the thing is that I was trying to find an easy way to make some extra cash. And then I got so mad at myself. I went and sat in my bathtub. Filled up my bathtub with water. Buried myself in the bathtub and tried to drown myself. On Sunday. I threw out all my pills. I threw out everything. I threw out anything that had to do with porn. Because I'm no longer doing that anymore. I'm literally going to try to block out everybody. But if I took away Facebook, then you guys would never know where I was at. If I took out Instagram, you'd never know where I was at. I have family members, my mom and dad, are going back through everything. And they're bringing up stuff from my past. And the reason why they're bringing it up is because they're trying to make me feel down more than I already am. I know that I owe my parents money. But I thought we were cool and we were done with everything. That's why I never asked about it. But now for some odd reason that I hit rock bottom, they want me to freaking feel even more worse. Because I still owe them money for vehicles that I don't even have anymore. I mean, yeah, they gave me a neon. They gave me a neon for a graduation present when I wanted a Jeep. But I took the neon. Yeah, I took the neon. I did everything that they wanted me to do with the neon. Then I bought another car. I made payments on the neon. I made everything up, and then I sold the neon, paid off the stuff. Then I bought a WRX. Because I didn't want them. I didn't want to have to rely on them anymore for a vehicle. I wanted to make my own payments. I wanted to do my own thing. That's why I've always sold the vehicle that my parents have always given me. Is because I want to make my own thing. Yeah, and that's why I've told my parents, why do we need to stop? Why do we need to keep going backwards when the present is what we need to be in? Because that's the better part to be in, is the present. Our past is just something that happened behind us that we try to put behind us because either it pisses us off or does nothing but brings us down. So why keep going backwards when it's so much better to go forward and start over? Because someday whenever I do become a millionaire, or if this camo clause thing takes off, and I become a millionaire, and somebody signs me a check, for the rights to camo clause, well, I'm not going to sell camo clause. I'm going to be like, you can pay me a percentage. Why is it unstable? I have a great connection. What are you talking about? Don't give me that weak-ass freaking shit with this connection error. I paid my fucking bill, you motherfuckers. Don't give me that shit, a weak-ass connection. I paid my damn bill. But if I ever become a multimillionaire, if I ever get money from somebody who pays out for camo clause, I'm not selling camo clause. You're going to pay me a percentage for it every time. And I'm going to be the one putting the suit on. Because I'm the one that loves to do it. I'm the one that likes being camo clause, bringing joy to everybody. 365 days a year, bro. I love bringing joy because I don't want to be down. I don't want to be on here telling people that I'm having a crappy day. I want to be on here telling people that I love everybody. That I think that the world should stop living in shambles all the time and everybody hating everybody all the time. Why can't we live in a world where we all love each other? Why can't we just be happy without people thinking that we're high or gay or anything like that? Why can't we just be in a good mood? Why has the world got to be negative all the time? Why do people have to start shit all the time? Why do people have to hate our president because of what he does? Why can't people just like the guy? Why does everybody have to be so fucking negative all the time? So I wanted to go to Tabitha and Isaac's wedding so freaking bad. Because I wanted to meet people. I wanted to see their family. Because I felt like I was a part of theirs. And when I couldn't go to their wedding, my heart felt like it wasn't even in my chest anymore. No. I felt like I was just a ghost. So I went back to bed and laid down. And then I set my alarm to go off before the car meet. I gave myself 2 hours before the car meet to message Zach. To say, hey, are we going out tonight? And Zach was like, yeah, sure. And when Zach told me that we were going out, my heart started beating. I didn't feel like I was a ghost anymore. I felt like I mattered. I felt like somebody wanted me around. When I have to rely on people to pick me up for work all the time, I feel like I'm not good enough for anybody. It has nothing to do with the divorce. Whatever happened between Joe and I is over with. I'm just trying to get the paperwork done so that we can go our separate ways, so that she can be happy and I can be happy. Because I know a lot of things will change once that divorce happens. Once I get my name changed and once everything happens, I'm on my own. I'm no longer a craning. I'm no longer, someone's problem. I'm my own problem. I'm my own thing. I'm Jaximus Frosty Claus. That's who I want to be. I'm happier when I'm him. When I'm Jack Craning, I'm a fucking asshole. I'm a bitch. I'm no one's friend. Because no one likes him. Because you want to know something? He's been royally fucked by the devil so fucking hard, his asshole's bigger than a fucking black hole. There is no soul for Jack Craning anymore. It's gone. Because everybody's taking advantage of him. Everybody that was his friend is either fucking just laughing at him or fucking telling him to go fuck themselves. I only have a couple of friends. I only have a couple of real friends who know who I am. And you know who you are. You guys know who you are. You guys are the ones that watch this damn show. You guys are the ones that talk to me and tell me, hey bro, the line is open if you want to talk. It's like I was talking to Brian Sullivan the other day. A guy who's always got my back. He lives in North Carolina. One of the greatest guys in my entire life. Always been there for me. I was there for him when he hit rock bottom too. And I've always been there for him. He told me that he was going to call me, but he probably had something come up. Now, do I hate that? No. I just went on with the day. I didn't think anything bad about Brian. Because Brian always has my back. And then I listened to Zero Cool, Shane, my best friend Shane. You guys know Shane. You guys used to know him as DJ Trip. Well, he's called DJ Zero Cool now. Well, I listened to his podcast last night, or his DJing last night. The other night. And it was great. It reminded me of the time that I was there. Listening to his DJing. Listening to his people just love his music. And my heart started to beat. And I started to feel happy. But then Zach said that he was there to pick me up. And I was even happier, even more. And then we went up to the car show and I was there. And people were like, Jack, where's the car? Where's the car? And I'm like, hey man, it's in the shop again. Transmission blew out of it. And people were like, dude, man, you need to figure out what you're going to do with that car. And I said, yeah, I know. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that car. I still owe money on it. But there's a good explanation that there's going to be something that's going to turn around. And there's going to be something that's going to change my damn life. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to scare the shit out of me. Or it's going to make me smile like a motherfucker. I mean, it's going to be like a Tyrannosaurus Rex after he gets a blowjob. It'll turn him from a mean and angry person into Barney. I love you. You love me. That's exactly what's going to happen, man. I mean, the reason why the Tyrannosaurus Rex is so damn mad is because he can't reach his own dick. That's the reason why he's upset. Just jerk him off, he becomes Barney. But there are so many things in life. There are so many trials and tribulations and things in life that people go through. People jump through hurdles. And people never, ever can figure out why their life sucks so much. But then when we finally hit rock bottom, we should be able to bounce back from it. We should be able to have the light at the end of the tunnel. Something should happen for us. I mean, shit can't always be this bad. I mean, it's like the Avengers. According to Doctor Strange, they had a 1 in some other chance of beating Thanos. And they fucking came through. Where's my 1 in whatever chance? They say, Jack, you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than ever winning the lottery. Yeah, but the fucked up thing is during a lightning storm, I'm in my fucking house. I'm not standing outside in the fucking storm. Do I look like a fucking idiot? Because when it's lightning outside, who the fuck goes outside? You watch all these people who go outside and film the thunderstorm. Or go outside and film the tornado. Why don't they get sucked up into the tornado? I don't know. You ask me that one. But thank you, Mark Weber, for the for the inspiring words of wisdom. I'm so glad that someone like you is in my life, bro. But today, when you go out there for your final thought, like I'm always doing, and I always say this, for my final thought, I just want to tell people that, if you don't want to be a part of Camo Claus's life, and you don't want to be a Traxaholic, that's a trademark of Trax Revolution. So don't try to steal it, assholes. Trax Revolution, Traxaholics is my thing. We're the Trax Revolution Traxaholics. That's what we are. We love going on tracks. We love making tracks. We love doing tracks. We love doing all kinds of things. Love 4 wheels and a motor. 2 wheels and a motor. If it's got a motor and wheels, we love it. We got a passion for it. Hot Wheels cars, Matchbox cars, Johnny Lightning. You name it all. If it's got a car, it's a car. If it's an SUV, side by side, ATV, motorcycle. Hell, if it's even a scooter. E-bike, whatever the hell it is. It don't matter. But it's got a motor and wheels. Trax Revolution's either driven it or been on it or rode it better than your ex-wife rode me. That's a metaphor. I'm just kidding. I love all kinds of vehicles. I love Charlie. I like Charlie and all of his fucking cars. His Challenger, his Jeep, his Trailhawk. I haven't talked to him for a goddamn minute. If I would have gone to ERX over the weekend, I would have saw the Millhausens. I would have saw that family, and I would have been up to them, and I would have said, hey, how's it going, guys? I would have saw my friend Candace Wagner. Yeah. Would have loved to have seen them guys. Andrew Carlson and all the guys from ERX Motorsports Park. Love to have seen them. The Kramers. Yeah. I would have loved to have seen Eli Kramer and his big St. Bernard. You know, every time I go to ERX, people see me and they go, holy shit, dude. You're upright and kicking and you're looking good with yourself. Yeah? You want to know why? Because I'm a great freaking person and people love me when I'm around positive attitudes. When I'm around negative people, Louise. When I'm around that shit, that's nothing but bullshit and drama. Anyway. Final thought for the night is just remember to love yourself. Love yourself and love the people that are around you that are a positive attitude. That's all I got to say to that. I'm Jack Smith Claus and you're not. Y'all have a great night.